Sasha and Gaz. Sasha, you currently have somebody restrained. Gaz, the blind rage still clouding your mind. The pain is yet to kick in. What would you both like to do? Robyn.
I would like to reach behind the guy restrained and reaching behind me to take out my manacles and try to permanently restrain him with those.
Aces, maybe that roll, and Gaz.
Gaz
don't have the negative effects yet.
Yes, Gaz does not quite know what exactly has happened down below, but he knows it's something bad and he got cut real bad. And even in this haze of deliriousness, he's still a proponent for an eye of an eye. So he drops the axe he has and just rips off the sleeve of his coat, takes off the glove, and he has the whole hand, and he's just gonna straighten it out into a single straight fingered grip, and he's just gonna try to plunge it into him. He's aware that it's probably gonna break it, but he doesn't care at this point, or at least damage the parts. He's just trying to get it in near those ribs, break a few, hopefully break the skin.
For sure. Robyn, do you want to make me the check for your manacles?
Absolutely. Yep.
Cool. As you're able to grab the arm of this acolyte, snap their hand back, manacle goes on, as you see that they swing out with their free hand. Similar hooked knife held in a reverse grip. Would you like to resist? Would you like to take armor?
Take armor. I can't resist.
Would you like to resist as well, or you can't?
I can risk it. I'll risk it. Why not? So this would be force, I imagine?
Force, yes.
Okay.
Oh, very nice. As you don't take any stress, and with that armor, you negate the damage, able to knock the hand away. Knife spins and lodges into the dirt. Blade down. Gaz, how did you do on your check?
Oh, so I'm going to roll skirmish, and then I'm going to use Battleborn to push myself on it.
For sure.
Got a 5.
And as you feel that blade plunges through between the collarbone of your target, your thoughts clear. The tunnel vision begins to expand back outwards in your periphery, and your vision blurs as the pain racks through your body as you fall on top, blade still lodged into this guy's shoulder. Meanwhile, let's jump back to the rather kind of strange subdued landscape of the ghost field. At the moment, Caroline, seeing things, the colour almost bled out from the world, ash hangs in the air, and Nathan, as he once was, stands before you, seemingly smokes drifting off him constantly. As you're increasingly aware of the presences drawing in, You hear the murmured groans and whispers of the dead as you catch a glimpse of one of them briefly manifesting as you see a figure with a large wound that down between their eyes, and the blood trickling out and blooming in the air as if underwater. Is there anything either of you would like to do? Oh.
Yes, Karen's going to turn towards the spirit and tell him, "Well, good sir, you're right on time. I have an opportunity for you." And I'd like to step out of the ghost field and compel him to possess. I'm trying to decide between the one getting Gaz and the one Sasha. Which situation seems the most dire?
Judging by a lot of blood, Gaz.
Okay. So yes, I'm going to ask him to possess the Gaz opponent.
Make me that check, and that's a desperate action. This entity seems angry, dragging behind it a large rusted sickle spattered with blood itself.
The four.
Just with complication as he once where Nathan once stood, now replaced by that mix of gears and the slight hissing of pistons as the hull once again becomes takes the form where he once stood as the under Gaz. You feel the body go kind of tense up for that brief moment. You see the hands raise, clutching at the sky as if in almost in having a seizure before it falls back. The eyes open and reveal that they seem to, the pupils dilate and the eyes seem to drift away from one another for the briefest moment before snapping back. And behind them, there's that slight glow, the blue azure, ethereal glow. That, being that close, you see it for that split second before it fades again.
I don't really think Gaz would change what he's doing. He's not gonna suddenly get off this guy just because he shook a little and now his eyes are glowing weird. If anything, he's probably gonna try to stick it in deeper, but not really do anything else. He's gonna need to be told that it's okay now, because I don't think Gaz would just be like, "Oh, he's possessed. Good." If anything, he's probably gonna start activating Ghost Fighter. Which grants potency against the supernatural. in combat against the supernatural.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
as
push the
you-
ghost at him.
As you drive that blade in, the pain that they were evidently in doesn't seem to affect them anymore. More smiles. You see the hand kind of twitch as if adjusting. And as they just lock eyes with you, the smile, you see the blood catching between their teeth. Stares at you with this bloody smile.
Okay, this is creeping me out. Does anyone know what's going on here?
You. No stabbing the friends.
Me?
No, him.
Oh, okay. Is he a friend now?
You be good. Yeah, please, Mr. Cass, stop. Can you stop stabbing him, please?
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Haven't met a lot of friendly ghosts recently. Gets up off of him and tries to stand up. Suddenly really feeling those wounds I got.
As you stand, picking yourself up, hand over your stomach, coming away soaked in blood. Stood, rises to their feet as if lifted by marionette strings. There's seemingly no physical effort as they do so. They stand there, looking down at the hands, flexing the fingers as if accustomizing. Meanwhile, let's jump over to Rusted Crow. Conflict ahead of you with Robyn, who has with Sasha, who has got one of these acolytes in one arm, wrapped in a manacle. Two of them you can see trying to run, the corn swaying as they rush through the field. What would you like to do?
Does the one that Sasha have in manacles still seem to be resisting?
Oh yes, yeah. They had a knife, swings out at Sasha. Sasha catches. There's as it runs along armor. Before Sasha goes.
So at that point,
Button.
Crow's gonna walk over there and stand in front of the individual that Sasha has. And I'm gonna, just with my lovely metal body, I'm just gonna bring an arm across their face to try and knock them out.
Go for it. So +1 for the setup from the being manacled, and
I'm gonna push myself.
restrained. Go.
Just gonna standard, because I have a feeling if I miss, I'm punching Sasha in the face. And I don't want that. I'll take a 6.
As this big, heavy metal, big, heavy metal knuckles just crack. You hear bone splinter. You hear the crack of two teeth either breaking or being knocked loose. As this figure stands for the moment, swaying in front of you, eyes almost staring into nothing as they crumple, falling sideways. Just a hand that's lifted up by the manacle, still held by Sasha. Hand hangs limply in the bracelet. As
Thanks.
There's no response from Crow.
Okay. Not even here. Welcome. Okay. Damn. Spear wardens are rude.
Caroline, figure now stands in front of you. Still looking at their hands. Head snaps back. You hear it like kind of crunch as bones realign.
You like it?
Damaged goods.
And
like without flinching, just sticks a finger into the wound in the shoulder, draws it out, blood tendriling off, watching the blood run off his fingers.
I mean, it's a bit of a fixer-upper, but physical and you're good to go. And it's all yours.
Is there anything you would like to ask as the figure turns?
Yes, just if he can give us like 10 minutes just to interrogate the body and make him tell us what we need to know, and then he'll be on his way.
So many memories. Felicity. Part of something greater. It has already begun. To bring something into the world. Something unknowable. Your time is running out.
They already begun? Didn't even get an invitation. That's really... Wait, where? Can you... Do you know where?
I see it. Underground grotto. Somewhere you've seen yourself. I've seen your face.
Yeah. I see. Miss Sasha, do you have questions? Maybe something you see we could ask?
Sasha. Did you say Sasha?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, any figureheads we should keep track of?
What they look to bring into the world. Who? There is a threat beyond anything you could understand.
I imagine I went to like a more crouching position. I get up and look around. Any other questions from anyone else?
Yes, the...
Are they receptive to explosions? Can we blow them up?
I mean,
Are they receptive to explosions?
everything can be blown up with the right ammo, but...
Sorry,
Fair.
that was a little too
No.
indiscriminate. any tips on any focuses that are used in this ritual? Any objects that we might be able to get rid of? If not, stop the ritual, slow it a bit.
They sing a song unheard. Do not
Earplugs help.
do not let it finish. In silence as it's reborn.
God.
So we have to distract them from their incantation. If they stop singing, then the ritual is over. Did I understood correctly?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
song
they were weirdly into me. Songs and stuff, that makes sense.
This one does not last forever, and it has already begun. Time's a wasted. Tick tock, tick, tick tock.
Ew. Okay. So I turn to the pale lady first, as you see me reaching for a pistol from behind me. I'm looking at you for confirmation.
Confirmation for what?
Do we get rid of this one, or
Why? It's a perfectly fine gentleman.
all right? I'll take your word. I put it back. Reholster it behind me.
Karen just turns towards the possessor ghost, and I actually would like to use command for that. You can do whatever you like, just don't murder anyone. That's the one thing of the line.
Maybe that check.
I have 0. Risky standard?
Yes.
So you're just going off? No,
Can I? Oh,
that's right.
never mind.
I'm just gonna look at you disapprovingly, and then say, anything but murder. All right.
This is going the report.
Wow. Yeah.
I cannot ask him to, like...
Like I said, I trust your word. This is your wheelhouse, even though it's not the best method.
The one-time Scion eyes fixed on Sasha. Steps backwards, disappearing into the corner, brushes around their face before they fade from view with a final.
Happen to
Towards
just
Sasha.
normally walking. What happened to just normally walking away?
Yeah,
Hey,
trying to trip over.
well, we can't just stand around here. You heard that Scion. It's already begun. Then I transfix my focus to the disemboweled new member.
Okay.
How you holding up?
Not well, as you can see. But I can keep going if I need to. I have to.
Maybe we should take a minute to make sure that what's supposed to be inside stay inside.
I can answer
Yeah.
that. No, it's not supposed to be outside.
Yeah, like it's just sew you up real quick.
Yeah.
That'd
Does
be
our
nice.
mechanical friends happens to have some medical abilities?
I don't know any. Do you?
I don't
Do
know
you?
anyone that wouldn't want me to be like this.
Who were you asking, Sasha?
Just in general.
Yeah.
I will say you
Yeah.
can take downtime actions, but they are gonna take time. So
Yeah.
up to you what you do, but I have a clock going.
Mm-hmm.
Any downtime actions will fill in a piece of that.
Alright.
I mean, we're all pretty high on stress. We have
Speak for
one of
yourself.
us.
Hey,
You're not stressed. You have a battery.
I mean, technically, you don't have stress at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have one guy who has his guts kind of floating around.
Yeah.
So maybe we should take the risk.
If
So-
we do downtime actions, I am not going to heal myself at all. I hope you all know that.
But
Big
you can heal
question.
yourself. You roll a skill of usually Tinker.
Yeah.
And you take 2 stress, so it is an option.
Is it a piece of the clock per downtime, or is it per round of downtime?
Per downtime. Because everything takes time. It's
Okay.
No downtimes
Cool.
for pro.
So I'm 2 away from traumatization, so I might
Same.
high five.
Yeah. Bad resource management for the win.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go drink, I think.
okay. I will make you. Anyone that wants to relieve stress, I can offer you a devil's
Yep.
bargain.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd like to hear it.
You lose a die from your roll, but it doesn't fill in a piece of the clock.
Fine by me.
And it's basically you grabbing a bottle and drinking it on the way, in the example of Sasha.
Yeah.
Throwing it in a
Okay,
can. Maybe that check.
Try to figure out how do you indulge myself.
So
Minus
it's
You
the,
even. Oh, yeah. Wait.
Vroom.
so I would say it's
Yeah.
the lowest of your attributes, so the left-hand column
There should be a button that just says Indulge Vice.
that you can't remove dice.
Was
from.
that -1 die?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
deducted 1.
3. So you recover 3 stress.
I'll take it.
I would like to partake in that as well.
Okay. Are you sacrificing the die, or would you like to?
Yes.
I only have one die to use on Vice. But yeah, I'll subtract a die.
I mean, you can still roll as normal. 4, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Nice. Okay.
Anything else? Would you? I'm going to ask Gaz. Would you like to heal?
If I heal myself, I can roll 1 die in Tinker, which means at maximum I can get a 6, which fills in 3 of the 4.
You can
Which
buy
means-
further successes. You can see you've got 6 coin. You can also pay coin to upgrade your successes.
Got it.
So you have to pay
So
at
I
least a
can-
coin. You'll have to buy your
Alrighty.
crit.
Understood. Yeah, I'll go for it then.
Or you can just go to a physical and not pay the 2 stress.
Wouldn't. Okay, so if I do it myself, would that make a tick on the clock?
I will say no, because it's going to be essentially use. We'll say to flavour it, you use the plasm that's powering your hand, and you essentially burn you cauterize your own wound.
Ugh.
So you're going to get
Push
plasma
it
out on
in.
your arm, set fire to it, and just burn itself shut.
Oh,
Hence
no.
the stress. Yeah.
Hey, can I get another pair of eyes down here? I want to make sure I don't get any organs in this.
With a
Yeah, I'm gonna
with
do
a-
that.
and with a half-ripe ear of corn in your mouth to bite down on.
Not bad. And
So that's 2. So you need to spend 2 coin to.
fill it up.
I don't know how we're gonna. We'll hand wave while you're spending coin on your own. You buy you buy a lot of painkillers.
Yeah.
As the smell of burning flesh rents the air, and a flock of birds take flight with the scream that Gaz.
Do I need to take that out of stash then?
No, I've done it here. I've got this crew stash.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Got it. Alrighty.
–
Everything's going down by 1.
anyone else? Apatura, what would you like to
Question.
get?
I distress please, and yes, I'll take the devil's back then.
Okay. Robyn, you had a question.
If I later do a flashback, do I need to do it right now?
No.
Or do I just spend it? Okay.
Okay, quick question. Can I just... I usually have 2 dice for Vice, so can I just roll on the... roll 1 on the peak? Not roll an
Yeah,
ability, just roll the
Yeah.
6 dice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fine. I'm sure this is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're. How many are you away from coming out? Same. We're in this together. Is anyone else doing anything?
Anyone else? Yeah. Okay. Let's go straight on to an engagement roll in that case. So, question 1: is this plan overly bold or daring as you rush towards the underground grotto?
I
No
imagine so.
preparation, barging into the stronghold of a cult that's trying to summon their deity. I can't imagine why it'd be daring. Or bold.
No, not at all.
Does this plan exploit a vulnerability or hit your target where they're weakest?
Would they
Since
be-
they've already started,
Yeah.
they'd be like mid thing.
Yeah,
so maybe we can
pretty
take
big.
them by surprise.
They can't exactly do anything else other than perform their ritual, so this would be when they're least defensible, assumedly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can any of your friends or allies provide assistance?
I am friends with Mercy, a cold killer. Seems like there may need some cold killing to be done.
Okay, I'm going to say make me a fortune roll on that one.
A fortune roll.
Okay.
Die.
Or a magnitude roll, rather. It's the same roll, it's just different context.
6.
Despite the presence of bluecoats and spirit wardens, Mercy might be something of a liability in one of her, as you... as she's pretty much as you swing off, taking a different route. She takes a few minutes herself to gear up this gauntlet glove, Freddy Krueger type thing with hooked fingertips and a series of knives, both designed for purpose, throwing knives type stuff, as well as a big cleaver which she just comes stuffs down the back of her belt. She can already taste the blood in the air. Anyone else?
I'm gonna try to get Hopper's help.
Oh, I'm gonna say make me a check on that one. See if we can see what kind of sense Hopper feels like making. Very strange
I'm gonna go
whisper.
with control.
For sure, yeah.
Come on, Hopper.
Slightly,
I haven't asked you to do anything for me.
slightly addled mind.
Yeah.
So you find him sat on it, top floor of an open window of an abandoned building, and turns and looks at you, and there's a clarity in his eyes that isn't often there. It's almost like the scales have fallen from them. I've had this conversation before. I've seen it. What would you like to ask?
Look, I only know two people who can deal with the stranger things, with stranger happenings in Duskfall. So I wanted to ask for your help too.
I know.
So you helped me once, try to get acclimated to my new job. Can you help me out this time?
Yeah. There's a high price on this one. Cost of failure isn't really... You don't want to know what happens if you fail in this. I've seen this already.
Hopefully if you help, we won't have to see that happen.
I'll ask my friends. Cast his arms out to indicate the room. It's empty. Aside from yourself.
Alright. I turn around. See you in... Where's the grotto? White Crown? Brightstone.
Brightstone.
Brightstone. See you in Brightstone. Totally know where we're going.
Whoa.
Maybe you won't.
Hopefully
Just
I will.
turns around. Swings his body around. Legs dangling out the window again. Just looks out over the city.
I love Hopper.
Rather strange cookie. And finally, are there any other factors that you would like to consider?
Elder God.
That'll do it, yeah.
I'd like to consider that this is a terrible idea.
I've kind of factored that in.
Yeah, it's already in the equation. Got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I assume
gives
that's
you-
the first bullet.
Gives you a total of 2 dice. But before I roll it, what approach are you taking?
Raid. Yeah, I guess I should since we're discussing approach. What are we even gonna do? Because if we're gonna interrupt.
Yes, we just need to get enough of them distracted.
But if it
If we could have
stops,
convinced that Scion to come with us, that probably could have had a lot of effect. We could have bribed them into being like, hey, denounce your faith in front of all of your fellow whatever. That probably could have done great things. But it's too late now.
And I'm afraid they wouldn't have buy it.
I mean, we can offer them quite a bit.
Yeah, there's...
Especially for weird ghost ethics and values.
Wasn't talking about Mr. Ghost. Those guys are fanatic. I
was talking about the one that was possessed, the one that walked off into the woods or in the corn.
Yeah. I think they'll just they won't
They'd be liability.
Yeah.
Okay. What load is everyone taking? Sorry to get that down. Crow.
Heavy.
Caroline.
Heavy.
Gaz.
Heavy.
Is anyone not going heavy?
Why? Why would we?
Sasha.
Heavy.
Yes, no, I'd like to go light load actually. I'd like to play this socially.
Yeah. What if the blue coats catch me? Like
I want to be unassuming, yes. I wouldn't want them to know that I mean business while going into this cult den. No, that'd be terribly dreadful.
Yeah.
So, as you congregate outside, several wardens, several blue coats that you have as cohorts for the sake of mechanics. And the grotto extends into the earth below you. Stone door removed, and from within you can see the glowing spirit vein charms that hang from the ceiling, keeping whatever connects this to the Deathlands away from what they attempt in this place. As a chill wind seems to emanate from the earth beneath you. And welcome back, everyone. And just as we're about to make an engagement roll for that final assault onto the cult, ritual now underway, the whispered voices emanating from the ground below. And with that, okay, so 3. Why isn't this working? On a 5, success with a complete as straight off. Mercy cuts ahead and walks in absolutely fearless. Goes down the stairs, clattering against the spirit veins, and from below and out of sight from you, one of the cultists turns, begins to make their way towards her, drawing one of those hook knives that they seem to carry, so almost like a sickle, as she just jumps forward, and those hook blade thumbs go straight to their eyes as she just grabs this guy's head. And moments later, outside, today, as I begin to, especially kind of close to the back, begin to turn around, expecting more. As much more on the defensive now, having seen one of their cohorts goes down. 2 of them set into mercy. Crow, let's start with you.
I'm guessing the lightning barriers have been set up for lockdown.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Illumination so far in, everything basked in that. In that.
In that what?
Sorry?
You cut out after in that.
Glow.
All right. I'm heading in right after Mercy. I mean, no time like the present.
As you descend, you see Mercy takes a across the shoulder, just shrugs it off, and goes just kind of hacking at one of them who's kind of got his arms up, lacerating in a defense and it's
All right. Well then, I think it's time to do my thing.
Jeez.
I would-
being
Electroplasmic generators.
what are you using these for?
My arm is pulling back to reveal what appears to be essentially a Tesla coil. And I want to disperse this energy over a wide range. And
Make that check.
And hit as many. So, is this a tune, technically, or what deals with electroplasmic? I'm not entirely sure.
I'd say you could argue a case for a tune or wreck. I'm going for a devastating effects rather than.
Alright, Rex. So this will determine the magnitude.
Yeah.
Wreck. Because I'm not trying to be a weasel and use my attune. 6.
So it is.
I'm sorry, what?
You need to do your fortune roll to see what the magnitude is.
Yep, one moment. Number of dice, 1. 5.
So it's a magnitude of 2, which your 6 certainly covers as several of them are physically lifted off their feet and and again in the area around you as they land you see smoke smouldering off their bodies, the air again filled with the smell of burning skin and burning flesh and burning hair, and as still looking to get that opening and defend and long as one arms.
Live, hold up. You're really
Yeah.
going in and out.
You're cutting in and out a lot.
Yeah.
I'll try sitting closer to the microphone. Is that better?
It's
Yeah.
like
It's
like
like
your
your internet.
microphone doesn't like death because both times you cut in and out really bad was when you rang the bell.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll leave that pause, and hopefully that it catches up with itself. We shall see. So, the bell tolls out once again, and the one that was twitching on the floor lies still. Sasha,
Hi.
let's go to you. What are you doing?
I am pulling pistol pistol, going in, just shooting. First, well, not the first things I see because I'll be shooting the people that were in front of me, but the first cultists that I see.
Following your lead, your cohorts go in as well. The three blue coats equally drawing the pepper box revolvers. And as you rush down the stairs, you see Pro, Mercy, almost back to back, fighting back against the first, those that are looking to defend the ritual in progress. Make me that check.
For sure.
Anything either of you would like to do?
Well, I would like to lead a group action with our cohorts, the Bluecoats, of a skirmish.
Absolutely.
Just charging right back in, following Mercy's example. Fine
Mr.
hand
Live?
weapon.
I know, I saw it.
Oh
Snake
my.
Eyes.
Fantastic. I'm going to push myself and yeah.
Okay, so we'll do greater effects because you've cohorts.
Okay.
Gunshots as gunshots rent the air behind you, there is a few stones that begin to fall from the ceiling as these gunshots echo and reverberate in the area. As one of them throws themselves on top of Sasha and just goes in, multiple stabs into the gut. Would you like to resist? Would you like to take armor?
I would like to resist. And
Would you
take
like to
armor?
take armor? Yeah, that'll move it to a level 1 harm.
Okay. So yeah, let me try and resist. Okay.
Very nice, yeah. As you're still pinned to the ground, but it's the blade manages to find just a gap in that armor as it begins to break away, just with the repeated force on it, and you feel a deep cut in just below your ribs for a level 1 harm. So limited effect on prowess. And Caroline, and I'm going to start a new clock for a cave-in. Caroline.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Well, before getting in, I'm just going to bring my own allies and just try to draw in most spirits I can reach, basically.
Okay, I will offer you a devil's bargain here.
Mm-hmm.
If you open yourself up to the ghost field, you get a bonus die, but you allow that spirit that's clawing at your mind to gain a little more of a foothold, a little bit more traction. So it'll be 3 pieces on the possession clock.
Yeah. And devil's bargain accepted, so it's 1 bonus die. Natural roll.
While you make that roll, let's what are you doing on your success as
Risky standard.
yes. Gaz,
That's
what would you like to do?
lot of
What would you like
ones.
to do? As you see the officers, it's mainly they still have the pepper box revolvers, but they're going in with like the steel handle and just using it like as a bludgeon almost. What would you like to do? Is
Well,
one that's
I
set on
think
Sasha at the moment.
okay. How far away am I from them? Can I get over to them pretty easily?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go over there and skirmish that man, I guess.
It's straight in with the them being occupied by currently attacking Sasha. It's just straight kick into the ribs. They roll off. They come up the other side. Knife gets kicked loose, and you see them lift up their head and spit out dirt and loose stones that they've eaten whilst rolling through across the ground. Apatura, how did you do? Success with a complication as in the amidst the chanting, you hear it yourself. You find yourself kind of swaying, unable to push it back, unless you would, of course, like to.
You getting out?
Oh, okay, yeah. You hear a song. Would you like to resent?
Yes, please. No.
Oh, oh.
Boy.
Can we resist the cat?
This is going to be resolve resistant.
Resisting the cat, desperate situation, 0 effect.
Resolve. Oh, I have.
Oh,
I don't think I have enough stress to risk that.
do it. No.
So what are you currently trying to resist? I
The
apologize.
song. Mm-hmm.
Could I use the protect action on her at all? Like just say like, hey, snap out of it or something and try to take that from her? I don't know how that'd work, but I'm wondering like mechanically if we could find a story way to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to take that.
Okay, and would it be insight or resolve?
It's a resolve. As
I'd understand willpower, but I also think it's partially understanding. Because it seems like the song itself isn't really a problem. It's just the things it speaks of.
it's
That's how I see
more
it.
that it's more of a force of will rather than
Okay.
a rational.
Perfectly fine.
Believe in you.
I don't.
But you do resist. You don't take any stress. But you do resist it.
Nice.
So yeah, you don't take any stress as you.
Fantastic.
Caroline, you feel the hands on your shoulders grab you, and as your eyes smolder and you feel those spirits drawing in ever closer, beginning to amass around you, coalescing, the whispers begin to surpass that song as there's the briefest moment where you, Gaz, shaking Caroline's shoulders.
Come on,
Yeah.
Pale Lady. You control the ghost, not the other way around. Get out there and get some shit done.
You hear the faintest echoes of it as you push it out of your mind. Let's go back around to Crow.
All right, so what exactly does Crow see? How's the situation actually faring?
Several of them down around you. There's a line of. So essentially, there's 3 circles. You've broken through the outer ring. You've got those who are now. You see them swaying. You can hear the faint whispers of whatever they're chanting. Now the second line has turned around to act as a defensive barrier.
Not to belabor the point, but we need to get through these lines. So, rather than a kind of the spread out effect that I did the first time, I want to concentrate this into something that, instead of trying to hit as many as I can in a wide arc, I want to put all the power that I can into this. And basically, instead of... see if I can't go through as many people as possible. So, you know what? I feel like I want to use a tune since I'm trying to concentrate it more.
Okay, that's a fair argument.
Alright. And is there a devil's bargain I can take? Out of curiosity.
You'll get your bonus die, but it will fill in at least one piece of their ritual clock as they
No.
begin to put all that focus into doing that in the completion.
Alright, no, I don't want that. No. So I will go ahead and roll my attune, risky standard. No bonus die.
Oh, very nice.
And rolling for magnitude. Now, if only there was a way I could get an extra die on magnitude.
No, you want to roll low.
I thought higher meant it was more powerful.
Magnitude is power, scale is like width.
Yeah.
The magnitude, I think, is what you're up against.
Okay. 4.
So yeah, absolutely. With greater effect, what would you like to do?
As stated, I want to drill this beam straight through as many of the cultists as I can. If it goes straight through them, hey, out the other side of both sides of the circle, I'm okay with that. And what magnitude is that? Because I take stress.
It's magnitude 2.
Okay.
We're giving such a tough time to the Spirit Wardens right now.
Bisected, like across the torso, as this light just flaming plasma just cuts through them. Others, again, knocked, sprawling, rolling in the dirt. Your line is broken. As in the... Sasha.
Hello.
Anything you would like to do in this moment?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna try to get up as Gaz kicked the sucker that was on top of me.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm gonna drop one of my pistols, pick up the knife that was dropped, and just start following our metallic friend's lead and just carve through.
Go for it. Make that check, and we'll do as they're in disarray. We'll do this from a controlled position as well. Gaz.
What would I like to do?
Yes.
Well, Gaz would like to do what Gaz does best. He's gonna use a Rage Essence Vial, use his Battleborn to push himself during a fight, and just go wild again on the circle, and use Skirmish.
Hell yeah.
So what would the effect be? Would it be...
Effect is greater, but however, you are in a desperate. This is a desperate.
Okay.
Desperate position as your blind rage.
Got it. Had to happen sooner or later. I'd only been rolling like 5s and 6s this whole time. I was just waiting for it.
As it all comes down to this, as you manage to get a grip on one of them, as all of those that have the capacity to, just set into you, realizing this danger that you now possess. Again, you can taste blood at the back of your mouth.
Just like struggling, trying to get free, like snapping at them, just absolutely feral, but ultimately ineffectual.
Absolutely, there is nothing but, like I say, you taste the blood. You just wiping out, getting who you can, but it's at the moment just pinned. Those of you with a more clear mind see that there's at least 4 of them just setting into Gaz. And it all comes down to this as a figure emerges from the center, levitating, head thrown back. And from that central group of cultists still now chanting, ever more pressured by the encroaching group of you. Caroline, surrounded by spectral figures, the misty vaporous forms occasionally taking shape as you see a face, sometimes a body. What would you like to do? I will tell you now that it's all on this.
But no pressure.
Yeah. Pressure was insane. First, I think I just going to unleash the spirits on the people chanting, as much as throwing myself in the ghost field and back with all I have, whatever is trying to break through.
There a way Crow can assist by essentially immediately switching his target to the one elevating into the middle?
I was gonna say the same thing.
You can certainly assist. You take 1 stress.
Happily.
And Caroline gets a bonus die.
Okay.
Okay. Can I
You remember,
take
you can
Devil's Bargain as well, or push myself, or...
push yourself or take a Devil's Bargain. Both will give you a bonus die. Depends on what you'd like to do.
What's the Devil's Bargain? In what kind of trouble will I be?
The answer is the fun
Those
kind.
that, well, it's those that survive will hunt you down. You're on several people's enemies list.
I mean, what's the worst they can do to me? Kill me?
Yeah, I think
I mean-
Really attempt a ritual, get you to be the host of a forgotten god that. Just ignore me. I'm just musing on ideas.
Yeah. What's the worst a death cult can do to you in a world where their soul exists and they can mess with it?
Or you can push yourself with
Alright.
2 stress.
Bring it on. Again, take the Devil's Bargain.
So that's a total of 3 bonus die, 1 from the Devil's Bargain, 1 from me assisting, and 1 from Sasha assisting.
You can only
Yeah.
one person can assist.
Oh, I've already taken the drain. It's okay.
okay. Yeah, go for it.
Oh god.
I
Is
have this
it
thing. Oh,
this protection, I imagine?
Sorry?
It's this protection?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It's,
Standard effect. Oh.
let's do greater effect. You're going all out on this one. As rats begin to climb up the body, clutching at the. Ooh.
That's a lot of 5s.
Yeah, I mean,
I
we can
got
just
up
like,
to a.
yeah, we can just combine them into a 6, right? That's how that works. I think I saw
Right.
that rule somewhere.
That's 4 5s.
Yeah.
Accumulating 5s.
Yeah, 2 6, maybe 4
Can
5s.
we make a floor clock that's filled with 5s that then combines into a 6?
We make a
Seven.
Devil's Bargain.
Can we make a
For
devil's
that
bargain
5.
with the dice?
Okay.
As everything seems to fall away, only Caroline and the figure that was previously raised remain. There's a seemingly endless blank, empty blackness. Looking down, you stood on nothing, but you can still feel, it's almost like you stood on something unseen. As there's a presence seems to linger behind this other stranger. And from below, something else seems to emerge. Another being. And it's almost like the attention is being drawn away from you as the woman that you face falls down, drops to her knees, looks up at you, and there's a clarity as so the world itself feels like, this place that you're in feels like it's being racked by storms. You feel wind lashing against your face as these two entities begin to conflict, in this unseen conflict. Everyone else inside. I would like... This is probably going to be a prowess resistance, with the exception of Caroline, who at the moment is locked up in this trance. Massive rocks begin to fall from the ceiling. As something... Earth is like an earthquake that's rent through the building. One stressor to everyone. Oh. Those of you that throw yourself out of the way, as this rock crashes down, and we are going to go to. Back to Crow. Top of the round, so to speak. Looking around, cultists throw themselves to take cover. Some of them into the walls. Let's see how a group of them do. As there's a brief moment where three of them look at you, absolutely panicked, before rubble just caves in above them and they disappear in this. And there's the sounds of screams and cries as the air fills with dust.
So, using Ghost Mind as the hull takes kind of stock of the situation, does it notice anything specific going on with Caroline, or does it look all kosher, so to speak?
No, there is something very wrong. You actually see that she's herself is now levitating a couple of inches off the ground herself. And there is not one thing, but two things here. Almost not ghosts. Something more.
As much as the whole Rusted Crow attempts to get Sasha's attention and direct it to Caroline.
Do I speak?
Yeah.
I completely just after throwing myself away from the falling rock, I rush to the pale lady and she's levitating, so I'm just gonna try to pull her back down with as much force as I can.
Oh, go on, make me a check.
Cause this is gonna do something. I'm gonna push myself. That's how many stress?
2.
Okay. No, she's just screaming out, and yeah. Fuck. Oops. Oh, I didn't do my bonus die. So true.
You got a 6, so
Well, let's see.
see if you get another one.
No.
As you do, as you grab Sasha, as you grab Pale Lady, you also feel that second presence. It's like something's pushing you back, and there's a brief moment of understanding in the way that she reached out and so far and went so deep. She's brought something else through. The reaction to whatever was attempted to the cult was attempting to bring through. Another forgotten god, something to keep this first one in balance. As you pull her back down, you see her eyes. So she blinks a few times, eyes return to normal, stop smouldering the way you've somewhat grown accustomed to the way they do. And Caroline, you are back in the room, thanks to Sasha. Everyone, see how those blue coats do.
While they're rolling, I'm just gonna yeah,
several more
gonna hug
blocks
her from
crashing
behind.
down. Yeah, dust kicking up. You see one of the blue coats pinned underneath one of them.
That's going to my paycheck.
Gaz, is there anything you would like to do?
Well, what I'd like to do is probably leave, but the funny thing about Rage Essence Vial is that it doesn't just go away. And I don't think everyone's broken yet. Particularly that cultist that's floating over the ground. So there is still one floating above the ground, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, and while I may not be able to distinguish friend from foe, I believe that man is doing quite well distinguishing himself. So...
Woman. Zarasi.
Apologies. I would like to charge forward and attempt to just pummel them, just grabbing and tearing. And I assume that do I still have to contend with the people holding me down, or did they scatter once rocks started to fall?
They're scattering.
Okay.
One of them. Oh wow! Right. Okay. Yeah, it's all the way you perceive it, all a blur. But you're aware of one of them kind of rolling off and instantly just gets this support beam, just crashes through them.
Okay.
Crashes into them. They are the only one that seems to actually be visible. The other ones seem to have scattered and lost in the dust and the confusion.
All right. So would this be directly using my arm, in which case could I use 4 die? Or would it be kind of just
I'll say that's fair.
Okay. In which case, I can still choose to... Can I choose to push myself when I don't have enough stress? If I only have 1 stress available?
No.
No?
Your trauma. But...
I mean, I realize that. Is there a devil's bargain?
The only thing I can think is for bonus die, greater effects, something of a heroic sacrifice.
I mean, that's kind of what I was going for.
Okay.
I can't
then.
imagine what else is gonna happen with Gaz in a fugue state surrounded by falling rocks. So, yeah. So, is this devil's bargain that Gaz is not gonna get out?
Not that he's not going to get out. Just not yet.
Fantastic. I am going to once again call attention to Ghost Fighter, gain potency in combat versus the supernatural.
Ever that applied.
Critical!
Amazing. As you run towards the floating figure of Arasi, just throw yourself through the air. The ground itself begins to break away underneath you, and you hear you just about through that fugue rage. You hear the water, the rocks splashing into the water below. As the rest of you, the roof fully gives in, cuts off your view as you fall back towards the steps. As for Gaz, something else takes over and begins to use you as a conduit. The ability to actually stand up against this thing, as the two of fully tackling Arasi, the two of you plummet and disappear from view.
What? You're going to hell. Oh my god. Sorry. This is... Sorry. You're not going to hell.
That's fantastic.
As now in the silence, the rest of you, you wait. The dust begins to settle. You hear the cries of those trapped in the rubble. Trying to escape, trying to get through. There's only... As you move rocks, there is no sign of either Arasi or Gaz. The floor of the grotto half given away, and you can just about make out the dark water rushing beneath.
Caroline? Where'd they go? What?
What do you need me to do?
Where'd they go? I can't see them anywhere.
I think they've fallen in the water. And do you want me to try if I can sense if there's somewhere in the ghost field? He's still alive?
If you feel like you can, I know you just dealt with... just levitated in front of me, but if you feel like you can, then...
Sorry, I did what?
You levitated. You were floating.
Oh.
Yeah,
You know
don't
what?
worry, I pulled you down.
Oh, thank you. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, just
I'm
do
just going
what you
to
can.
to open. Can I reduce the whisper thing to like a radar?
Yeah, absolutely. Control position at this point.
Standard effect or limited?
I'll say it's limited effects.
I'm going to push myself on that. Okay, that's...
Oh! It's difficult to explain the experience. It's like seeing something just out the corner of your eye, but in a very existential manner. You feel both the presence of Gaz and not Gaz at the same time. Distant, it's almost like you're there. Like, the more you try to sort of focus in on that sensation, the more it's like it gets pulled away. But he's out there somewhere.
Not dead, lost, I guess. It's hard to explain.
I imagine. Did it go through?
Go through what?
Did they succeed?
Does it sound like this?
You can't quite place it, but wherever he is, he's distant. But Gaz.
What is...
Okay.
Yes.
He's waving.
Out in the Deathlands, ashen fog swirls around you. Just roll me 8 dice, greater effect.
Beat her up.
Ah!
You and Arasi circle around one another.
Whack her and whack her good.
Didn't manage to get a single 6 in there somehow. Still got a 5.
Well, it is dumb.
As Arasi extends her arms, breaks down into this swarm of rats that then begins to flood towards you, begins to swarm up you, and at the last minute, you break apart yourself, whirling around her in a flock of ravens that reassembles the two of you reforming against one and just running towards each other, hands outstretched, and as you both swing in for the punch.
You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Blades in the Dark, What Happens in the Dusk, part of the Domain Gaming, written and told by Livespark. A special thanks to you, the listener, and if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcomed. Until the next chapter.
You've heard the Silent Song.
We all have the legend, the curses.
Some foolishness about a world as it was meant to be.
A city of ghosts.
An illusion that you can begin again. How much would you give for silence?